All right, so welcome everyone. I'm doing a review of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace Junior kit. I bought this with my own money and it cost me $73.30. And if you see, it's a purchase by, it has my name. I bought the kit plus one additional sibling for my son. This was mainly for my daughter, who is 6.5 years old. But I think that since my son is also 3, he can take part in the fun and then learn some things. So I already took it out in the box, but I separated them in the way that they were packaged. So the first one has this. So that is one kit. And then the second one has this. And then the story time books are additional. So that's why mine is called the adventure. Yeah, the adventure pack, because I was really interested in the books. So starting with this, he calls this one the Adventures Bank, Junior's Adventures Bank. It has 3 sections, and these sections are divided into a give, a spend, and save. And he also has little things written on here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This one, the one on top of save says be patient. The one on top of give says be generous. And the one on top of spend said be wise. I think these are really neat ideas. Really cool. Okay, so basically the child can put in their coins in here to each area that they want. And then when you want to take it out, you can just take this out if you just want to take out a particular area. Or if you want to take out the whole thing, you can just pop this open. It's really tight, so I'm not going to attempt it because... Okay, so going into the kit, it said teaching kids how to win with money. Yay! This is Junior here. The adventures about him. So I did have a Smart Money Smart Kids video lesson. I had a coupon, a link that they provided to me, and then I already have that. So when you open this is what you see. The envelopes were in here, but I already took it out. So this is the chore chart. Okay. And this is a free ebook that I was talking about. And then also the Financial Peace Junior Quick Start Guide. It tells you what to do step 1 to 5. I'm really interested in this step 5, having fun with your child throughout this process. These are the envelopes. I give that, if you guys can remember, it corresponds to what is on this box here. The same thing for save, the same thing for spend. Dave Ramsey and his team really thought this through, because even to the way that they arranged the envelope when it came, when I opened it, this was how it was arranged. Give first, and then save second, and then spend third. And that is what is taught in the book too. This parent guide is gonna be you guys's guide, like it said, for parents. This program is meant for ages 3 to 12 years old. So at first, before I read it actually, I looked at everything here and I became concerned for my 3-year-old, because I felt like it was gonna be too much for him at his age to grasp it. But when I read this, everything made sense to me, and then the plan was well laid out, like literally a guide for me step by step. And this adventures, the activity book. Basically, the activity book is Junior and his friends. It has different lessons about working, spending, saving, giving. And then also I can get more of these, the actual activity sheets on his website. I have a link for that too, that he has provided that if this is obviously this is not gonna last long, and I plan on using this for the whole year. So I will be going to his website at that link to download more and print them out for my kiddos. So this is the chores list. Basically, these are magnet. So it's meant for you to place them on the chore chart. So some activities, Dave Ramsey makes them clear. You as a family have to decide that they are not something that you will pay your kids for. They have to do just because they are part of the family. For example, homework. And some activities, for example, like cooking or maybe cleaning washing the dishes, then maybe you can pay them for those. This is just a quick start guide in case you just want to look at it real quick without having to look at this. But this is definitely very important. And this is also part of the activity book, and there is a section that tells me what to do with this, and it has correspondence stickers. So I don't know, I feel like I'm more excited. But my daughter was pretty excited when I told her. So I have two of these, one for my son, one for my daughter. And the envelopes also, I have two of those. And then the, what is it called? The banker. Yeah. Whatever he calls that. He calls it, yeah, the bank. So that's their bank. So before I move to the books, I'll just show a close-up of the chores chart. So you'll have the child's name here, which week it is, and then the days of the week. And then this one is if they are saving for something that is expensive, maybe something for like $40 or $50. It's gonna take them a while to get there. So you might want to do a picture or a drawing of that thing so they get motivated, and then you put what that item is. Have the child do it themselves. In this case, my 6.5-year-old can do all this herself. My 3-year-old, I will ask him, of course, and then do the writing for him. And then we will put our chores here. For my 6.5-year-old, I think her chores are gonna be like $1, and then for my 3-year-old, maybe 50 cents. I'll see. So that's that. And then the book is Storytime book set. This is what really got me to get this kit here, because I have been teaching my daughter especially about financial responsibility, but I feel like sometimes I give her more information than necessary. So I wanted that balance, what is more information and what is not. For example, sometimes we'll go to the store, she will want something like a toy, and then I was like, oh, no, we didn't plan for this, it's not in the budget. And then her first answer will be, okay, it's not in the budget, can we come when they pay you again next time? And then I'll try to explain to her why we need to plan it, and when I get paid, where the money has to go, the bills and all of it. I feel like that's just too much. And then she just doesn't get it. But I feel this is to her level, where with what I'm showing to her, modeling to her, and teaching her with this, everything will make more sense for her. So this story time, I will be reading it to both of them at the same time. And it said, teaching kids how to win with money, yay. So it has work, a book on giving, a book on saving, spending, integrity, and debt. And these colors are color coded. So it tells you here what each one is. So the super red racer, that corresponds to work. So we have the super red racer. I love these books. I think the illustrations are really colorful, and I did read through them today. I think that they outdid themselves. I wish that they actually even have it in little cartoons where kids can watch it on TV. So those are the books. So those are the books here. So, Dave Ramsey also did advise us as the parents that we need to, like they say, teach your kids by showing them, because that's what they learn best by, instead of just telling them. So even though I'll be teaching them this, I think the most important thing is that that has to be in sync with how I'm living my life, because it would confuse them if I'm teaching them this and then the next minute we just go and do impulse shopping. How could I explain to them that, okay, no, this is not in the budget, but it's okay? That doesn't make sense. So just be mindful when you're teaching your kids this. Be mindful to model those behaviors, um, because he also said, that Dave Ramsey, that kids, 97% of adults said that they learn their financial habits from by just imitating their parents, like watching what their parents were doing, and that sub went into their subconscious, and eventually when they became adults, those were the behaviors that they model, and most of them are not financially sound, to say the least. So that is my plan. I hope this video is helpful, or was helpful to at least some of you people who are on the fence, deciding whether to buy this or not to buy it. I think it's a really good kit for that age bracket of 3 to 12 years old. Again, this guide will tell you everything that you need to do, how to get started, um, examples of chores to have your 3 to 5 year olds do and get paid them for, examples of activities to have your 9 to 12 year olds to do to get them paid for. And then he did not miss the fact that there are some things that kids may want that are really expensive, like maybe something that's like $100. So when you see your kid is making that effort, maybe you can do a matching, dollar for dollar or something like that, or $1 for 50 cents, to get them, to help them get faster to that. And to me, as soon as I read that part, that reminded me of the 401k plan for some of the adults that participate in that. You don't want to lose that money. So that would motivate the kids, and when they go into the real world, they will hopefully learn how things work in the real world. Dave Ramsey is trying to help us teach our kids that in the real world, you work and earn money. There is no allowance system there. So he is not for that allowance system, because it may breed entitlement for some kids. They would just feel like they're entitled to something because you're their parent. For the fact that they're just alive, then you have to give them an allowance. No, he's about teaching them that you have to work. When you grow up, the allowance is not going to be there. You have to work for an employer, or maybe have your own business, and that's still work. And then the money that you earn, you have to spend it wisely, give it to others less fortunate than you, and also save some for rainy day or for a big expense. So I really like the whole idea. I think it flows, everything works together. So I highly recommend it. Again, this is not paid. I don't know Dave Ramsey. He doesn't know me. I do listen to his podcasts from time to time. Yeah. Well, thank you very much thank you everyone for watching. Bye.